System. I made sure I've put that in the title as well. Now, there's 5 functions of skin, so let's just get right into it. Remember, the skin is the largest organ in the body. And if you've forgotten what an organ is, it's a collection of different tissues which combine to do one particular function. So, getting back to this, the first role of the skin is protection. When you have a cut, the first thing that you do is you wash the wound, make sure it's clean. Then you dry it, then you put a plaster over it. And the reason that we do that is when the skin is open, it's very easy to get an infection. There's bacteria and viruses in the environment around us, and we don't want those things to get into our bloodstream. And the skin is just a protection barrier to make sure bacteria and viruses do not get into our bloodstream. The next one is sensitivity. Your skin has lots and lots of nerve endings in it. And if you put your hand on something, you can feel it. Now, if it's something dangerous, like something that's hot or something like a predator that can bite you, there's a signal that goes to the brain or the spinal cord, and it comes back to your muscles, allowing you to move your hand away. So this is a very important survival mechanism. There's a disease called leprosy, and in that disease, nerve endings basically degenerate. And people can't feel things with their fingers. And what tends to happen with those people is it looks like the fingers have dropped off. They haven't dropped off. They've just basically gotten smaller into kind of like these nubs. It's a nasty disease which happens still around the world. You know, there's treatment for it, but unfortunately, people with that disease, they can't really afford the treatment, so they go untreated, which is quite sad, really. The third function of skin is temperature regulation. When you get too hot, blood vessels near the surface of the skin, they dilate, meaning they get a little bit bigger. Your skin goes red and heat escapes out of your skin. Okay? The other thing that it does when you get too hot is it's got sweat glands inside, and sweat comes out of the pores, and when it evaporates, it takes some of the heat with it, so that also cools you down. So it helps cool you down through what we call vasodilation and sweat, and it can also keep you warm by this process called vasoconstriction. So that's the opposite of the blood vessels dilating. In vasoconstriction, the blood vessels get smaller, the blood flows deeper within the surface of the skin, and it helps keep all your heat inside. Then there's waste removal. So you have sweat glands, as I mentioned before. They also get rid of waste, the same kind of waste that you find in urine. Okay, the big component of the waste in your sweat is urea, and of course urine contains urea as well. So effectively, when you're sweating, you are peeing through your skin. Okay, just don't let it get into your mouth. I know some people have tasted this sweat before. It's the same as tasting urine. Believe you me. And if you don't believe me, you can try both, but don't. That was a joke. Finally, vitamin D production. If you expose your skin to the sun, you can produce vitamin D, and that helps your body absorb things like calcium and phosphorus. That promotes healthy bone growth. Okay, so they're the functions of the skin. Hope that makes sense. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.